Okay, my name is Joe Lauer and I'm with the University of Wisconsin. I'm a corn agronomist at the university. Today what I wanted to talk about was a little bit about our long-term crop rotation experiments that we have behind me here. And I really want to make 2 points. I want to talk a little bit about the yield effect that goes on with crop rotation. And the second point I want to make is the interaction that goes on between tillage and crop rotation for corn. As far as the yield effect goes, typically when we rotate corn or beans, we'll oftentimes see anywhere from a 7 to 20% yield increase with crop rotation. It's if you're rotating crops that first year, you'll see again a nice response, about 20% compared to 30 years of continuous corn. The second year, it drops down to about 10% or so, and it's all gone by the third year of production. So the crop rotation lasts at most 2 years, and by the third year it's gone, regardless of whether it's corn or beans. Typically, if you have a little longer period between soybean crops, you can oftentimes reduce other pests within the field. Like in the case of this experiment, we have some cyst nematode in the field. And by having a little longer rotation in there, we can decrease the population of cyst nematode relative to a corn-soybean rotation. So we'll see a little bit more of a response with that longer rotation. So that's what we see in terms of the response. The other major thing that we're learning out here is that the interaction between crop rotation and tillage is significant for corn, but not significant for soybean. So when you compare no-till and conventional till in that first year of rotated corn, basically the yields are the same. As long as you're rotating that corn and beans, no-till basically yields the same as conventional till. As you grow deeper and deeper into continuous corn, what you see is that you see a response with tillage. In other words, no-till yields less than regular tillage, and it can be up to 7 to 10% difference between till ground versus no-till ground as you go into more and more continuous corn. On the soybean side, however, there's really no difference at all between regular conventional tillage and no-till, regardless of where you're at in the rotation. So first year soybean, conventional till and no-till will yield the same. Second year soybean, conventional till and no-till yield the same, and so on down the road over time. But again, with corn, we see no difference that first year, but then in the second year, we see a difference in the yield advantages with regular conventional tillage. So those 2 points are the main things I want to talk about. Again, I would encourage people to look at ways to do no-till. And I think that's probably the most technologically challenging practice that growers can work on. And having those skills can be really an advantage, especially when you have low input, high cost kinds of years, or during stress years, because during stress years, no-till, especially, I should say, during warm, dry years, no-till will oftentimes do very well in those kinds of years. So having the skill, of course it's tough to predict, but having the skill to be able to do either regular conventional tillage or no-till are 2 skills to have in your back pocket as you try to grow corn and soybeans.